You don't think he's going to win 2 in a row? Put that nice feather in his cap?
Nope. Like,
how about Goldust? No, it's not going to be Goldust.
No, it's not going to be Goldust.
How about R-Truth?
No.
Fuck no.
No.
I'm sticking with Big Show.
All right.
I want to see a two-time. Well, I don't want to see, but I just think we're going to see a two-time.
No, that's not going to happen.
Ric Flair, no.
That would be great, though.
He comes in and tosses out Big Show to win it. All right, last one. New Day versus the League of Nations, who nobody gives a shit about.
New Day.
Yeah, I got to say New Day too, man.
Yeah.
By way of the trombone.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, they have them on a really incredible run. Like, they're one of the fucking hottest factions in the fucking WWE right now. It's like, you know what, you have them lose to the League of Nations at WrestleMania, that's just going to kill any fucking momentum that they've got.
And it's kind of funny, too, because it feels like, in a way, like, the New Day, like, they were kind of not given that as, like, a punishment, sort of like, you know, Owen was given the Blue Blazer gimmick. Yeah. But it's almost like, you know, Vince was like, here, just have some stupid, or whoever was like, here, just take this fucking gimmick and good luck. And they're like, okay. And they just kind of ran with the ball, and man, did they make it work.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, that would be, like, pretty stupid and annoying, and I think a lot of fans would kind of shit on it, but surprisingly, they're not.
Well, the fans did kind of shit on it when it started, because they were trying to be pushed as baby faces.
Yeah.
And, like, even Jericho on his podcast said, like, look, you know, that's not going to work as a babyface routine. Like, if you mark them down as heels, like, holy shit, that's going to work.
Right. It's all in the marketing.
Yeah.
Just ask Batman versus Superman.
Motherfucker.
Oh, man.
Fucking Batman. Fucking Batman. Shove Batman up your bat hole.
So, surprisingly, we didn't disagree on that much in WrestleMania.
No, we really didn't. But you know what, man? I'll be accepting your apology next week when you're proven wrong about most of those matches. You were right.
I'm sorry.
What do you think about Andy? What do you think about Roman Reigns? I don't see shit in him.
What did you think of WrestleMania 32? I don't see shit in it.
Yeah.
What do you think of just real quick? What do you think of Vince's decision to no longer brand WrestleMania with numbers?
Really, does it fucking matter? Like, or it makes it sound old. It's like, okay, people are still going to be referring to it as WrestleMania 32 or 33, whatever have you. Like, taking the numbers out of it isn't going to fucking change anything.
Right.
You know, it's...
yeah, he's kind of fucking crazy.
He is crazy. He is fucking crazy.
He's very crazy. 70-year-old bodybuilder.
Yep. He's on the roids. He's on the roids.
Oh, no question. How could he not be?
I'm assuming. I don't want to get sued.
Yeah, I'm assuming too.
Yeah.
But how could he not be? I mean, look at that fucking guy.
Like, supposedly he only sleeps for like what was it, like 2 to 2.5 hours a night or something like that.
Are you serious?
Supposedly, that's what the rumor is. Like, Triple H has even come out and said, like, look, I refuse to work out with Vince McMahon because he's fucking crazy.
I wonder if there's any video or anything out there of him working out.
I don't know.
There was, like, those videos of the Ultimate Warrior working out. Those are kind of entertaining.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Wait, how did this not get on my radar?
I don't know, but this is, you know, long after he was out of the company,
right,
and he was just going by Warrior, but...
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he wasn't, like, active in the... It was actually only a few years before he died. There was some videos online of him, like, working out, and he was just sounding crazy, because, I mean, he kind of was.
Yeah.
I'll respect the Warrior, but he was a little bit crazy.
Yeah, and I mean... And it kind of sucks, like, yeah, I was supposed to... Like, I don't know if I told you the story about me trying to book Ultimate Warrior for an interview for the radio show.
No.
All right. So there was this local, like, indie wrestling promotion thing that was going on, and they're like, oh, hey, you know, Ultimate Warrior is going to be here. And I'm like, holy shit, that'd be fucking great. Like, our audience would love that. Like, they grew up on this shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, I call up, I get it booked for an interview for, like, sometime, I think it was, like, in the 7 o'clock hour. And, I think it was, like, the day beforehand or something like that. The promoter calls me up and says, hey, we need to change the time for the interview if we can still do that. From, I think it was, like, 7:20 to, like, 7:45-ish or, like, 8, sometime in the 8 o'clock hour. Because he's like, he's taking a red-eye flight in, and, he's just not going to be that well off. So we want to try and at least get him another hour's sleep, see if that helps and whatnot. So if somebody has to drive down to Connecticut to pick him up, and I'm like, why isn't he just flying into Boston? Like, didn't ask any questions, and I'm like, well, fuck it, this guy still has the interview in his hands, but whatever. So I said, let me get a hold of one of the hosts and whatnot. We'll see if what we can do. So I call up the host and just say, like, hey, man, here's the deal. They want to move the time because of this, this, and this. Can we still do it? And he's like, well, you're a producer, and that's kind of your call. Do you think we should still do it? I'm like, yeah. I mean, our audience grew up on him. They either grew up watching him or they showed their kids him or something like that. I really think it would be worth it. Not only that, but, like, I'm talking about WWE. Like, this is a time before he had made up with them. So I'm like, you can really get him going with this shit. He's like,
yeah, really.
So he's like, all right, book it. I'm like, all right. So I got the booking time changed and whatnot. And they said, all right, here's the phone number for his hotel room. Just, when you call the hotel, just ask for Mr. Warrior, this room. I'm like, Mr. Warrior, like, all right, that's kind of funny. So here I am calling a hotel, just going, yes, hi, may I speak to Mr. Warrior in room, whatever room he was in? They're like, yep, no problem. I'm like, I really just called a hotel looking to speak to a Mr. Warrior. That's kind of fucked. So, call the first time, there's no answer. I'm like, all right, dude's probably in the bathroom, whatever, fucking just finishing up a morning piss or whatever. I call back. There's no answer. I'm like, oh shit. I'm running out of fucking time here. So, I call up again, no answer. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. I get a hold of the promoter. I'm just like, hey man, he's not answering his fucking phone. We're gonna have to move on. So the promoter's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. He's like, hang on a second, let me deal with this. So I sent back an angry email, essentially saying, like, I can't believe he fucking did this to you guys. I am beyond embarrassed. I really hope you don't think this is a reflection of, like, how I do business with people. I'm just really, really pissed off. Not at you. I'm pissed off at him. I'm gonna rip him a new fucking asshole for this one. I'm like, holy shit. All right, that's kind of funny. Like, this promoter's gonna rip fucking Warrior a new asshole.
Yeah, I'd like to be a fly on the wall for that.
So would I.
Jesus.
So after the show, I'm kind of shooting the shit with some of the web guys in the back. Like, one of them I went to school with, and then a couple other guys. I'm just shooting the shit with them. And all of a sudden, I get a call on my cell phone. It's the promoter from the wrestling event. And he's like, hey, I just wanted to call you up and personally apologize to you. I really, I'm beyond embarrassed that this happened. Dude was apparently zonked out in his room because he was exhausted or something like that. I don't know what it was, but he's like, I'm beyond embarrassed. I'm incredibly sorry this happened. He's like, I don't want you to think of this as like a bribe or anything like that, but if you'd like, I'd be more than happy to give you, some tickets to the show tonight. And I said, all right, man. I said, I don't know if anybody would go with me. I said, you know what, man, just, let me give you a call back and, let me see if I can get anybody to go with me.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, all right, man, fair enough. Thank you so much. So I check around. I couldn't have sworn I'd sent you a text message. I sent a couple other ones. The Mike and Billy show, I sent those guys text messages saying, hey, guys, do you want to go see the show tonight? Or everybody was fucking busy, so I'm like, all right. So I called them back. I'm just like, yeah, unfortunately, nobody's wanting to go with me, so, can't really do it. So he's like, all right, man. I'm sorry to hear that, but again, I just wanted to apologize for everything, and I'm really sorry this happened. Hopefully we can still do business in the future. I said, man, you've been a fucking professional through this whole thing, man. Like, absolutely. I'll still work with you, man, if should the need arise. So that was pretty much it.
If Warrior writes a book or something.
No, not even that. Like, after getting burned like that, there's no way the Warrior would have appeared on that fucking show. They would have just said, no.
Yeah,
no,
that's true. That was kind
of...
That was kind of shitty.
Yeah, that was beyond shitty.
That's worse than what he did at fucking, what was it, SummerSlam 92 or whatever?
That's worse than Batman versus Superman versus Ultimate Warrior.
You heard about, like, why he got fired, like, pretty much immediately after that event, right?
Yeah, because he was just pretty much being an asshole.
Yeah, like, demanding money, or he was like, I'm not going to go out there and do the match unless you pay me what you owe me. And Vince pretty much agreed, and then as soon as he got back afterwards, he was like, all right, you're fired.
Yeah. It's kind of like what Jeff Jarrett did when he was Intercontinental Champion. He was going to drop the belt to China. He was like refusing to go out there until he got paid from Vince McMahon. He's like, look, every fucking dime better be in my bank account before I go out there. He's like, otherwise I'm not going out there. So literally, like, I think it was like 10 minutes before the match is supposed to go on, where, China wins the Intercontinental Championship. The fucking Jarrett checks his bank account. Yep, all the money's in there. Okay, let's do this.
Jesus.
Then he fucking left right after that.
Man.
Yeah, but anyway, so yeah. That's
I remember Jeff Jarrett also got fired live during that Invasion shit.
That's right, he did, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Vince hardcore fired his ass right there for real, live on TV.
Womp womp.
No wonder why there was some bitterness there.
Well, I mean, from what I remember, there's a lot more to the story,
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure Jarrett and the McMahons go way back, and not just from Jeff, but to his parents, too.
To the territorial days. Like, his dad was apparently infamous for, screwing other wrestlers out of their pay while, paying his son really, really well.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm sure it goes back a long ways.
Yeah.
Sort of like a lot of people's beef with Vince goes back a long ways.
Long ways.
Long ways.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's that whole thing, man. Like, that whole thing with the Warrior, like, that made me look bad.
Not as bad as Batman versus Superman.
There you go.
There you go.
That's it. You did it. You pissed me off. We're done with this podcast. We're done with it.
I'm out.
Yeah, we're done. We're good. Okay?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Good night.
We're good. We're done. We've been STS
Radio.
Radio.
Insert like a record screeching noise. That was a horrible record screeching noise.
Yeah, that was bad. You can keep working on it. All right, everybody. We'll catch you guys next week. Don't forget you can email the show at STSradio. STS_radio@yahoo.com. We're up on YouTube. Just search for my username, JerseyDevil304. Finally got that corrected. We're up on iTunes. We're up on Spreaker.com. Also look for the YouTube channel. Again, I'm trying to work out like a couple of videos that I want to put up there. I want to see if I can actually like edit video like from my phone, like throw that on the computer and edit that shit, and we could throw.
That'd be cool.
There. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see what happens though. And
fucking A, man.
Yeah, you can follow the show on Twitter. We're at STS_radio, and follow me on Twitter at STS_radio Andrew.
And you can check my music out at soundcloud.com/Bruce Gates. I actually recently released an album, an acoustic retrospective, if you will.
Yeah, it's kind of like an autobiography of Bruce Gates, except instead of writing a book, he wrote some songs.
Basically, yeah.
It's basically like the Heroin Diaries soundtrack in a sense.
Kind of, yeah. And it is chronological. Like the order I put the album in is chronological in the order that the songs were written.
Yeah.
So it should hopefully show a progression of my songwriting over time.
Yeah.
Or a regression. Who knows?
Or
it gets worse.
Or a Batman versus Superman.
Or a Batman versus Superman.
Motherfuckers.
It all culminates in a terrible fight between two beloved superheroes.
And it ends because Superman says Batman's mom's name.
Yup. Lois does a run-in.
Yep. Stop, that's his mom's name. It's like, fuck you, get out of here.
Batman just bitch slaps her.
Yeah.
Get out of here, Lois.
Beat it, bitch.